People are born evil, but she is different. This miserable life has forced her to become a bad person. For example, at the company, Anna is a small administrative assistant who is often treated like a clothes hanger by the boss. He walks in without saying a word and takes off his coat and hands it to her. You might think this is not a big deal. Isn't that the job of a lowly employee? But even when making coffee for the boss, it's only a short distance from the kitchen to the office. Anna is ignored by her colleagues and spilled her coffee. It's clear that she is still printing documents at night, and her colleagues just turn off the lights and lock the door, treating her like air. In fact, even though she has to endure so much injustice, Anna still wants to smile and face life because she still has a father who loves her. Even though he is tortured by illness, he still sees Anna's suffering. He hopes that his daughter will stop being patient and enduring, and show those around her a stronger Anna like this. Anna just smiles. In response, she wanted to say that she was used to it, but at that moment, her father choked on a piece of bread. Anna hurriedly ran out to call the doctor, but a group of nurses argued with the patient's family completely. Ignoring her existence, when Anna returned to the hospital room, her father had stopped breathing. She helplessly watched this scene, remembering her father's instructions before he passed away. She had to become cruel and make those who looked down on her pay. But the sadness at this moment overwhelmed everything. She hated herself so much, but didn't have the courage to change. An ambulance rushed over, ignoring Anna's existence again. She hid in her father's truck, sobbing, living a life. Optimism is the investigation she taught, but such a life, can it really make people smile? Anna decided to change. She stood in front of the mirror and learned from her father. She roared, although it wasn't fierce enough. But anyway, it was the first step. Next, she decided to change her job. She boldly proposed to her boss to become a reporter, but he still did. Just treat her like a clothes hanger. Ignoring the old man, Anna took the initiative for the first time, entering the boss's office, handing out a clear resume stating her wishes. But the boss's attitude was extremely superficial, saying that the reporter position was full and when there was a vacancy, he would give Anna a trial. She returned to her seat disappointedly, knowing that she was being ignored again. Anna could only imagine that the pin in front of her was the boss stabbing his carotid artery, but just as she was getting excited, suddenly, someone came for an interview. Before Anna could make coffee, the boss introduced this guy to everyone. He was accepted into the exact position that Anna was aiming for. Even though she was mentally prepared, Anna still didn't expect the boss to be so stingy. She had also looked through the other guy's resume. He had no work experience and his qualifications weren't as high as hers. But why was he given priority? It was really annoying. She turned around, grabbed her bag, and left. This trashy company didn't have to work, but when she walked out, the building saw the smug look on the other guy's face. Anna suddenly flared up with anger. She clenched the small knife in her bag and followed him secretly. If she killed him, her position at the company would be vacant. Who knows? The boss might agree to let her try out. Holding that thought, Anna followed him to the tunnel. Just as she was about to open the folding knife, she was so nervous that she cut her hand. "OT, who are you?" I was startled. Anna's heart jumped into her throat. Luckily, she was quick-witted and quickly explained that all new employees had to fill out an information form, so her colleagues forgot, so she reminded him. After the two of them exchanged contact information, the atmosphere suddenly became awkward. They had clearly said goodbye, but neither of them moved. Anna didn't want to explain why there was a knife under her feet. In the end, the other guy couldn't stand it anymore and actively turned around and left. When the urge to kill gradually subsided, Anna became the same timid girl as before. Killing clearly couldn't be done just by force. At the same time, so she needed a chance, and that chance came at her father's funeral. Anna welcomed her last relative back, but after many years apart, Emily, her sister, even forgot her name. The two of them didn't have much in common to talk about until the funeral ended. Anna discovered that among the visitors were the people she hated the most. A group of high school friends. Anna became who she is today. Thanks to them, they bullied Anna over and over again, turning her into a freak. The problem was that Anna was introverted. Whenever she was stressed, she would pull her hair, so at a school dance. Then the prank of the group of four turned Anna into an invisible person. She wanted to stay away from those evil spirits, but as soon as she turned away, she saw her father's portrait thrown into the bin. Right when Anna was extremely angry, her sister Emily came to say goodbye. She said that she had contacted the broker and would sell all the houses and vehicles that her father left behind. Anna instinctively wanted to refuse, but Emily once again ignored her as usual. She just told Anna to move out quickly, and the money from selling the house would be split in half. Without waiting for Anna to say anything, Emily hurriedly got in the car and left. However, what really made Anna unable to accept was that on the way home, she discovered that the broker who sold her house was none other than Jully, the leader of the group of 4 years ago. She stood in a daze under the billboard, her heart filled with fear and humiliation. She couldn't help but reach up and pull her hair. The sharp pain came and she ripped a piece off her head, but before she could regret it, a dog barked suddenly from the side of the road. She didn't know when Anna had let go of the dog's leash. The little dog her father gave her, now lying sprawled in that pool of blood, was probably her only friend in this world. The fire of revenge in her heart burned fiercely. Anna looked at the woman on the billboard with indignation. She went to Jully's company for the first time, bravely speaking her mind, asking Jully to get out of her life, and she wouldn't sell the house, but Jully still ignored her like always. She even used a strange look. Stared at the top of Anna's head, the mocking laughter of the group of 4 rang out. Anna felt like she was back at the dance years ago, having her wig taken off in front of everyone. That was a haunting that she could never forget. Anna walked out of the office in despair. Tears mixed with rainwater, passers-by still treated her like air. But it was time for a change. While the rain was under the bridge, Anna accidentally killed the man who was groping her. The moment she pushed his body into the lake, she finally released the true person inside. Passers-by would no longer dare to look down on her. She was no longer a sweet bean for people to care about. It was the idea of needing but a bomb of chives followed by Anna's revenge. She decided to make those who looked down on her pay. A few nights later, she secretly followed the man who had argued with the nurse the day before and pretended to say that her dog was in trouble and asked him to help find it. When he bent down, the girl pulled out a knife and stabbed her dog repeatedly. What's the name of it? One stab and then another. Anna went crazy and lost all the terror in her. In her heart, she didn't want to be a murderer, but only the excitement of killing made her more confident. A few days ago, she had just killed a man who peed in the toilet after the killing spree passed. She also had moments of fear and anxiety. She could only frantically stuff the bloody clothes into the washing machine, and she filled it with detergent, hoping that the memories of last night would be washed away, along with the blood. But when she saw the bloody knife in the bin, remembering the painful gasps of the man last night, a feeling of indescribable pleasure rose in her heart. Killing seemed to really cause addicted. But on the way to work, Anna discovered that the scene of the murder last night had been blocked off by the police. It was clear that the corpse had been discovered. She was scared and turned away, telling herself not to be afraid. Just pretend like nothing happened. The police would never suspect her, but Anna didn't realize that she was no longer the weak girl she used to be. In the morning meeting, the editor-in-chief asked about the hot news for today's news. Anna, who was always quiet and only did reception work, suddenly had the desire to speak up about the murder she witnessed this morning. But before she could speak up, a colleague who came late was faster. Anna once again became an outsider who only knew how to make tea and pour water. She felt unwilling. This idea was clearly her idea, so in the meeting after that, Anna bravely spoke up, her thoughts as a witness to the case. She could provide many details that the police had hidden. What news was more worthy of being on the front page than the appearance of a serial killer? And then Anna volunteered to go to the house. The victim was interviewed by the editor-in-chief, who saw Anna's performance and immediately asked the new employee to go with her. But Anna had another plan in mind. She wanted to use the power of the media to lead public opinion to change the direction of the police investigation, while also learning about the victim's character and reducing her feelings of guilt after the murder. She went to the victim's house, and his mother, of course, did her best to cover up for her son. Anna was a little disappointed, so she had to take advantage of the time she went to the bathroom to sneak into the victim's room to look for clues in the chest. She found the victim's notice of a job change due to alcoholism. It seems that he is not a good person, like his mother said. He left in a hurry. The two of them went to visit the neighbors around, further confirming Anna's guess. It turned out that after drinking, the victim often quarreled with the neighbors. He was truly a scumbag. Anna had prepared a draft blaming his death on bad relationships. This number of suspects was probably enough for the police to investigate. Seeing that the request seemed unhappy, Anna was also very reasonable and said that she could build 2 images for the victim. One was a good son in the eyes of his mother, and the other was a scumbag in the eyes of the neighbors. Which one to choose was up to the editor-in-chief. The final result was obvious. What could be more attractive than a bad guy being killed? Thanks to Anna's excellent performance after work that day, the editor-in-chief made an exception to invite her to the company's new employee welcome party. If it were before, Anna would have been ignored. Even if she wanted to work overtime, her colleagues would have turned off the lights and locked the door. This was the first time she felt the feeling of being respected to celebrate. The transformation Anna even went on stage to sing a song, but just when the atmosphere was lively, the singing was interrupted by the appearance of the police who came to investigate the murder case last night. Anna was a bit worried and went to the bar to order a glass of wine to calm down. Unexpectedly, she met the man who caused her father's death. He was still the same as before, not caring about other people's feelings. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, I'm talking to you, is that right, nurse? That day, this guy also made fun of her like that. Suddenly, a bold idea popped into Anna's head. What would it be like to kill someone right in front of the police? Just thinking about it made her heart pound with excitement. But when she followed the man out of the bar, a policeman suddenly called her back to go home and be careful until we catch that criminal. I hope you guys catch him soon. Anna blended into the night. She seemed to have the qualities of a natural-born killer who knew how to take advantage of her weakness to gain the pity of her prey, and then wait for the opportunity to launch a fatal blow. The second time Anna committed a crime, she had experience throwing the body into the river to get rid of most of the evidence. After finishing the job, Anna hummed as she walked home and saw the woman she hated. She still remembered the dance that year. Julie snatched her wig, causing her to lose face in front of her friends, causing her to live in depression for a long time. But now Anna was strong enough to face the demon in her heart, the one person she wanted to kill the most. Anna couldn't wait to destroy Julie. She went to the supermarket to buy bloodstain remover, but when paying, Thu Ingen wore headphones. She ignored Anna's request to take her bag, but unexpectedly, she turned around and badmouthed her friend. There was a kid in the store who was sneaking around like a thief. Anna was no longer the shy girl she used to be. If she had a grudge, she had to avenge it right there. Thu Ngan liked to answer the phone, so why not help her check if the phone was empty? Was she still there? Oh my God! Anna then went to her father's auto repair shop to get some waterproof tarps to use as a shroud. When she was about to leave, she met Sam, the auto repairman there. Since her father passed away, he always wanted to buy this shop. Anna also had a bit of a good impression of him, so she agreed to the dinner invitation. After that, Anna rewarded herself with a box of ice cream combined with a bloody crime movie to satisfy both her body and mind. Next, she went to the corpse processing room that she had prepared. She called Jully. Now, Jully is a famous real estate broker. Anna used the excuse of wanting to sell the house to make an appointment with Jully to come tomorrow night to see that everything was ready, so she felt secure going to work, even though the editor-in-chief was very unhappy with her delay. But after Anna gave him the cup of coffee she bought herself, all mistakes were forgiven to please her colleagues. Anna bought cakes at the bakery and received countless compliments. Now, she was no longer invisible in the company. But when she saw the newspaper that the company published yesterday, Anna was stunned. It was clear that the hot news was her idea, but in the signature section, there was only Jeff's name. She was angry and went to the tea room to ask him for his crime, but he said who wrote the article. Then that person signed Anna's name could only appear on page 38 in the administrative assistant section of the editorial office. Anna was so angry that she choked on her coffee. The coffee she bought was a waste. She couldn't swallow her anger. While Jeff went to the bathroom, he secretly poured Magi milk into the coffee. This was very effective for constipation. Moreover, the taste was overshadowed by the bitterness of the coffee. But at this moment, a figure suddenly appeared behind him. It was the person who had interviewed Anna last time. He was quite good at flirting. Had he not poisoned Anna? Had he put poison in the cake? Had he forced her to take a bite before he would eat it? The two were talking and laughing when Jep walked into the tea room. Now there was only a piece of bread and jam left. Beg was eating it, but Anna's mouth was also covered in jam. Anyone who looked at them would think that there was something shady going on between the two of them. Just when the atmosphere was getting tense, an old lady suddenly barged in. She came because of the article yesterday. That day when Anna came for an interview, she begged her to write about the good side of her son, but the article said that her son was a thug. She had to get justice. It must be said that the Sandal was quite righteous and stood up to accept that the article was written by her. If anything happened, just target him. Anna momentarily regretted giving him laxatives, but Merit could not make up for her crime. After using the truth as an excuse to chase the old lady away, Jeff was locked in the bathroom. It was very difficult to handle it, but he was exhausted. Anna sneered. Who said he stole her news? She did her makeup clumsily. The date night with Sam was her first in her life, so she was very careful, but the effectiveness was hard to judge. She was about to leave work, so she was startled. He even took the initiative to invite her out for a drink. Unfortunately, Anna was not interested in these puppies and refused and rushed to the restaurant, but she waited there for almost 2 hours, so the waiter had to come. Reminding that seats were scarce, Sam rushed over. One person wanted to shake hands, and one person wanted to hug. This collision was not known if it was intentional or not. After sitting down, Sam kept talking about work, but Anna really liked it. As soon as she left the door, she boldly expressed her feelings. Sam did not refuse. The two of them just went with the flow and had a wonderful night. The next morning, when Anna was happily jumping around, a phone call broke this short-lived joy. The police asked her to come and assist in the investigation of the murder case. A few days ago, Anna was so scared that her limbs were shaking, but she quickly calmed down. If she was not arrested, it meant that she was just assisting in the normal investigation. It turned out that the park where she dumped the body required a card to enter. The police were checking the people who had entered the park that day. Na honestly reported that she had just finished taking care of it that day. Her father's funeral that evening, her dog was hit by a car and died. She was in a bad mood, so it was reasonable to go for a walk in the park, but seeing Anna so pitiful, the police didn't make things difficult for her while talking. The police received a report of a new case and rushed over to find another corpse. The manner of death was exactly the same as the first case. Both were stabbed multiple times, leading to excessive blood loss and death. Although Anna's identity had not been discovered for the time being, but she also understood that she needed to keep quiet for a while, waiting when things calmed down. Then it was not too late to take revenge, so she intended to call Jully to cancel the house viewing tonight, but before she could say anything, Jully said that she had something to do tonight, make an appointment for another day. Although she was ignored again, but Anna was not angry. She was in the passionate stage of love. She was in a particularly good mood, but after texting Sam, he said that there was a customer at the store tonight, so she would have to be a little late to come. Anna couldn't wait and immediately drove to the store, but she didn't expect that the customer, Sam. Speaking of which, it was Jully who looked at this adulterous couple. Anna was so angry that her lungs exploded. It turned out that Jully not only wanted to buy the house she was living in, but also wanted to buy her father's auto repair shop, leaving a murderous intent in her heart. Anna couldn't hold back anymore. She pretended to say goodbye, but secretly took July's phone. Then, she went to July's car and used a screwdriver to blow out all the air in the tire. Next was Anna's act of waiting. The two finished discussing business and talked for a while. Sam left first. Only then did July discover that her phone was gone. She thought she had left it at the shop, but Anna said that she hadn't seen it and didn't have Sam's phone number. Although she was a bit suspicious, Jully had no other choice. She had to accept Anna's kindness and got into the truck, waiting for death. Anna drove home, saying that choosing a date was better than meeting a date. Now that she was free, she should come see the house. July also had no other choice. She just wanted to quickly see the house and go home, but after a while, Anna took her down to the basement and saw Jully fell into the trap. She finally showed her true self. I was the one who killed those people, but Anna was too complacent. Even the lion had to use Rabbit. First, she went to the repair shop where Jelly was taken away last night. If Jelly wanted to disappear for a few days, then she had to deal with the surveillance camera first. She went to the shop, clearly declared ownership to Sam then before. Leaving, she pulled out the USB containing the camera data. Next was upgrading her career. The status of a small receptionist was clearly not worthy of Julie. A gold broker, she walked into the editor-in-chief's office with her confident steps, bluntly asked for a position as an intern reporter. Seeing the editor-in-chief seemed a bit surprised. Anna immediately said that she had exclusive information about the serial killer anyway. Julie was going to be killed sooner or later now. Just report that she was the third victim first. The editor-in-chief was also very happy. As long as she could increase newspaper sales, an intern reporter position was fine, so that later on there wouldn't be a police investigation. Anna needed a few people to provide information about G's disappearance. The 3 remaining people from the old bullying group were the most promising candidates. She texted them with the reason of finding Jelly, went to see the house, which made them discover Jelly was missing. Then, she met them as a reporter to talk about the recent serial murders, which led them to suspect Jelly had become the third victim. After a while of talking, Anna had collected enough material for the exclusive, but to be sure, she went to Jelly's husband's house to collect more material. She wanted to see if Jelly's life was really that perfect. Unfortunately, she was disappointed. The couple loved each other very much. They looked like a model family. Anna was a little angry. If it wasn't for what happened in high school, who knows? She could have had such a life. While her husband was on the phone, Anna decided to collect some profits first. For example, stealing a bottle of wine, taking Jelly's dress, and pouring tea down the sofa crack. If you find these actions too much, then after knowing what Anna had to endure, you will see that this is nothing. Then Anna couldn't help but write an article about Julie possibly being the third victim. Saw the article that had been published. Anna and Shin jumped up at the same time, but one person wanted to high-five, the other person wanted to hug. Anna's relationship with Shin was clearly the opposite of Sam. She liked Sam. Shin liked her, really didn't go out of the way. Luckily, a phone call came to dispel the awkwardness, but immediately after that, Anna's face became ugly. Emily's sister still didn't give up the idea of selling the house and even sent someone to measure the area, but July was still locked in the basement. She rushed home to stop the person measured right before he entered the door. But July seemed to have heard the noise outside as soon as she entered the house. Anna heard Jaylee's mumbling, but she wasn't worried, but calmly put on the clothes she stole during the day and put on beautiful makeup. Took a bottle of wine and went to Julie to brag. In just one day, she got a reporter job and even had 2 lovers. July. Of course, she couldn't say anything nice, but Anna didn't care. She didn't need to argue with a dying dog. Zin is still waiting for her at the restaurant. This was supposed to be a celebration party for the 2 of them, but Sam appeared out of nowhere and arbitrarily said Anna was his girlfriend. I beg but don't want to be a monitor lizard. I said I'll see you tomorrow and then turned around and left. Anna ran out wanting to explain, but whatever she said at this time was just an excuse. After all, this was the first time falling in love, and not knowing when to stop was also normal, but she didn't expect that when she left the door there would be another surprise. Jelly's husband was drunk on the side of the road, muttering that July was missing again. Anna lightly realized that something was wrong and immediately made an excuse that drunk people weren't allowed to drive him home. Anyone who has ever performed an autopsy knows that drunk people are no different from animals. Anna, of course, understood this too, so she used her fingerprint to unlock his phone. When she saw his chat with Julie, Anna sneered. When she got home, Anna hurriedly shared with Julie what she discovered. It turned out that the person who seemed like a good man was actually a family interaction. Julie lived in pain and misery for so many years. Anna was happy, but Jelly burst into tears on Anna's lap because he was poked in the painful spot. I didn't know how to get rid of him. Anna was stunned, not knowing whether to kill or not to kill this woman. But anyway, the article was published on time. It's just that Anna didn't expect that this arrogant action would attract the attention of the black female police officer. In fact, she and Anna are the same type of people who are easily ignored in life. For example, when she was taking a shower, the landlady just turned off the hot water without caring about her existence, even after becoming a police officer. She was also a joke to her colleagues. It's just that she took all this anger out on criminals like this serial murder case. The black female police officer kept checking the surrounding surveillance cameras and finally discovered a strange scene in the bar. Remember the last time she went to the police station to make a report? Anna said that she was at the bar with her friends until late at night, but the people on the camera clearly said that there was a fight. Plus, the article about Julie's disappearance, the person who signed it was indeed Anna. Linking all of this together, she seemed to have found the answer to the murder case. This is clear, she is a murderer without a trace. Now she has to do the job of cornering people. They say killing people is difficult, but she finds kidnapping more tiring, not only having to serve food, but also having to pay attention to prevent July from escaping just when she went out to get food. July secretly took the scissors and stabbed Anna when she wasn't paying attention. Anna was so angry she wanted to run away. She treated Julie so well. Why did she want to run? Away she was angry, bandaged the wound, then took a broom and beat her. But seeing the blood on Julie's pants, she softened as women. She suddenly understood Julie's irritability and hot temper at this time after many days of being. Imprisoned Julie was able to bathe her for the first time she let Anna see the wound on her neck. The last time she ran away from home, Marcus, her husband, pushed her against the glass door in some way the interaction she had caused Anna. They were now returned through Marcus. The two of them talked openly for the first time about the bullying many years ago. Julie said I did that out of jealousy. Anna has a loving father, but she has nothing. She can only bully Anna to get short-lived happiness. Julie, sorry for the past mistakes between the two people. It seems that Stockholm Syndrome has formed. They sympathize with each other. But Anna doesn't dare to risk letting Julie go. If she reports to the police, the good life she just had will go up in smoke. At this moment, the phone rings. It turns out that the police have come to Sam's shop to ask about Julie's disappearance. Anna is a bit panicked, but in fact, she doesn't need to worry. The black policewoman is just like Anna. They are all invisible people in life. She reports to her superiors that Anna might be a serial killer, but her superiors don't believe her and ask her not to speculate wildly without evidence. The black policewoman is also used to it. She can take advantage of the fact that she is easily ignored to secretly investigate Anna. Unfortunately, she was one step too late. The surveillance camera on the day Julie went missing was taken by Anna. But this makes the policewoman believe in her judgment even more. Anna still doesn't know the danger is stalking her back to the newsroom to follow the news about Julie, but the rise of a new person means the fall of an old person, Jeff. He is not pleased with Anna's rise, so he says that he got the information from Julie's husband, knowing exactly what he did while Anna is worried and restless. The town organizes a meeting to find out who is the first to report the news. Anna, of course, has to participate. But at the meeting hall, Anna finds out Jeff is whispering to Marcus. She feels like she is doing something bad and being discovered by someone else just wants to hide. But Marcus is really an Anne. Interactive person chases after Anna scolds her for daring to pour coffee on his sofa. Marcus has talked about this with Jeff must make Anna lose her reputation. Luckily, Shin appeared in time to stop Marcus's excessive behavior, but Anna is confused and can't control herself and says harsh words. Why do you keep following me like that? I seduce you so much. Well, I like you. Anna secretly followed Marcus not only because she hated the family interaction, but also to protect her job and life. She also wanted him to experience that feeling like the previous 2 times. Just by pulling out a knife and stabbing him in the neck, no matter how strong he was, he would fall immediately. But just as Anna raised the knife, a familiar voice suddenly rang out from behind. The atmosphere became awkward. Jeff quickly realized that Anna was the serial killer. If he didn't run, what would he wait for? Anna wanted to run to explain, but who would hold a knife to explain? Jeff was cycling and running like hell on the road, both scared and excited. If he reported that he discovered a serial killer, look who dares to look down on him anymore. But even if there is a murderer behind, when crossing the street, you have to look ahead and see. If you get run over by a car and turned into minced meat, You definitely won't survive, but Anna is still scared. She goes to the riverbank and tries to wipe away the fingerprints on the knife. Although this is a relic left by her father, people have to let go of the past to be able to move forward. When she closes her eyes and prepares to throw it away, the phone in her pocket rings. Marcus sends a threatening text message saying that he will come to Anna's house to beat her. Anna is really speechless. She is about to scold him back, but suddenly an idea comes to her. She thinks of a way to escape the crime. Is it possible to take advantage of the fact that Jully was accused of mass murder by her family? But she still wants to test Jully's attitude. That night, Anna said that she was going on a date with Sam, but her way of dressing was really not good. July immediately took the initiative to help her choose the most suitable outfit, but while she was doing her eyeliner, July's hand stopped at this moment. As long as she used force to stab down, can escape, but she hesitates. Is the life of family interaction out there the freedom she craves? She didn't do anything, but she considered it as having passed Anna's test. Jully, didn't she cry wanting to escape, asking her, abusive husband, then let him help her go. The two drove to a villa in the suburbs. This was originally the home of Jully and her husband. Now Anna turned it into a prison for Jully Marcus. Isn't Marcus a very controlling interaction? A person, so it's a little more extreme. One person is nothing strange. Anna sorted the leftovers on the floor, making it look like Jully had lived here for a long time. After that, she put the knife in the drawer next to her. She used July's phone to text Marcus. Just wait for him to go upstairs. Jully pretended to be kidnapped so she could lure Marcus to find the knife to cut the rope. Anna admitted that she had gambled. Looking at July's level of cooperation, clearly, she bet right July really had the determination to fight against family interaction. But she didn't. Unexpectedly, Marcus had such a strong controlling nature. July was clearly the victim. He thought that July was not decent and seduced others. He immediately interacted with her. Anna had to appear to rescue her and then encouraged Julie to file for divorce. Who would have thought that Marcus, although strong on the outside, was very weak on the inside? He climbed onto the railing and tried to commit suicide to force Julie to withdraw her request for divorce. Seeing that Julie was about to soften, Anna immediately helped her push the CT ghost down, but the police siren sounded outside. The black policewoman saw Anna standing upstairs. How should she explain her actions? After being taken to the police station, Anna and the policewoman finally faced each other directly. She was a reporter investigating a murder case and discovered that the criminal was assaulting and trying to save someone. She could not be said to be guilty, but the black policewoman did not accept this explanation. She turned to ask the victim's wife, Jully, but Anna had colluded with Jully before. Jully said that she was kidnapped by her own husband. The knife used in the crime was also taken out of her pocket by her husband. In any case, the dead person could not refute the testimony of the two people who covered up the incident, but the black policewoman was not willing to accept it. She presented the evidence that she had investigated. Anna's father was a carpenter before. The knife that the serial killer used was the type of knife that carpenters often use. In addition, the testimony of the four was enough to prove that the relationship between Anna and Jully was not good. Jully had now become a real estate broker and wanted to take the house that Anna's father left behind. This had a very clear motive for the crime. Anna was hit in the sore spot and was so worried that she pulled her hair again, but any judgment without evidence was slander. Her superiors could not bear it anymore. They hurriedly called the policewoman out and blacked out of the interrogation room. The image of the police in the eyes of the people was very important. Moreover, Anna was a reporter. If she went out and wrote nonsense, how could she still be the director of the department? The policewoman who blacked out was suspended from work. Anna and Jully were also acquitted. They became heroes. The hero who conquered the serial killer was warmly welcomed by the townspeople. But when Anna got home, she saw that Jelly had returned to her house. Could it be that being kidnapped is also addictive? It turned out that after escaping from her abusive partner, Jelly was a bit confused about what she should do next. Anna took her to a bar and told her not to think about anything anymore and just enjoy her hard-won freedom. But while they were having fun, the black policewoman still couldn't swallow her anger. She secretly broke into Anna's house, wanting to find evidence that Anna had killed someone and then prove to the police that she was not wrong. Although Anna had destroyed most of the evidence, she missed the USB at the repair shop that recorded the entire process of Anna and the tire and then took Jelly away. The black policewoman was excited and jumped up. The next morning, after a night of excitement, Anna and Jelly went to the rooftop and decided to say goodbye to the person in the past. From now on, she would be a good person. She took her father's bones and sent them to heaven. She had become a strong person like her father wanted, no need to hide in the arms of others and cry. When seeing Jelly still hesitant, Anna said that the basement in the house would always be open to her, but she didn't expect that there was someone in the house now. It was the black policewoman who had broken her up last night. The two of them confronted each other again, but this time the black policewoman had evidence in hand and spoke more confidently, but Anna wasn't scared at all. The police arbitrarily broke into the house. Moreover, it was uncertain if this evidence would reach the judge, just needed to call the police. Now the police not only arrested the black policewoman, but also returned the USB to Anna as a personal item. Because that was the law, the black policewoman was angry, but couldn't help but admit Anna was right. She had to say harsh words before leaving the killer only committed 0 times and countless times. I don't believe you will. Settle down to be a good person. Anna tried to suppress the desire to kill in her heart. She intended to turn a new page in her life, but reality was still pushing her forward before Sam had hidden from Anna the fact that the two of them met in the store. The day Jelly went missing. Now he used this to threaten Anna to transfer the shares of the store to him. This was clearly blackmail, but Anna couldn't do anything. Why could she kill him? She tried to suppress her anger and signed the agreement. Their relationship also broke down. Luckily, she still had a request. After witnessing Sam's shamelessness, Anna finally understood that having someone who loves you is not easy. The two of them spent a wonderful night, but the next morning, while asking, she hugged Anna and talked about work. When mentioning the case documents that were being arranged recently, he accidentally flipped to the murder weapon. Both of them were stunned. They still remembered the first time asking, went to the company for an interview. Anna used this knife to vent her anger. Zhao accidentally lost it and was picked up by the murderer. This kind of lie can only fool children. Ask is not blind because of love. He looked at Anna with an unbelievable expression, just hoping that she could produce an identical knife to prove her innocence, but Anna clearly couldn't do it. She had no choice, admitted that he had killed people, but said that they were all bad people. He was just Robin Hood acting on behalf of heaven, but could not accept that the person he loved was a smart and brave female reporter and not a cold-blooded butcher. There was no other way. Anna had to pick up the knife next to her. She loved him, but she loved herself more. She was afraid of being hurt, so she could only kill everyone who could hurt her. But right when Anna was hugging her husband and crying, the door to the room suddenly opened. Emily, her sister, came again because of the house sale. She faced her only relative in this world. Will Anna kill or not? Kill here. Part 1 of the movie also ends here. Today's story ends here. Thank you for watching the movie. What do you think of this movie? Please comment below.